Because of the ongoing pandemic, people's attention to vaccines and treatment have been at an all-time high. Pharmaceutical companies are racing to release vaccines or treatments, and since side effects are a major concern, companies have shifted their eyes to naturally produced chemicals. Many Eastern countries are thought to be barren of scientific advancements. Those countries have been colonized during the era of imperialism and had to mobilize their army to battle civil wars or simply because their country became a battlefield. Also, they haven't been able to avoid dictatorship most of the time, leaving no room for scientific achievements. Despite their environments, scientists from these countries have made groundbreaking achievements, but not properly credited. For today's episode of Charge Magazine Hidden Figures, we would like to feature an Asian woman, Dr. Choong Kim. Dr. Choong Kim was born in South Korea in 1946. During her childhood, she was sick all the time. Even standing on a school playground while attending a morning assembly was too much for her. She wishfully thought she could become a doctor so she can cure sick people. However, her family couldn't afford tuition for medical school, forcing her to choose pharmacy college instead. She attended the College of Pharmacy at Seoul National University, the most prestigious university in South Korea. Before graduating from school, she wanted to go on a graduation trip to Jeju Island. However, her family opposed to the idea because of her infirm body. As if destiny, her school announced to study abroad and she got the escape that she wanted. In 1970, she finished her master's degree in biochemistry at Indiana University. In 1976, she earned her doctorate in nutritional science at the University of Illinois. As a graduate student, Dr. Kim wrote a thesis that identified the causes of arteriosclerosis, a thickening and hardening of blood vessels, using natural resources, which greatly helped her career at the beginning. After working as a researcher at the University of Florida, she returned to South Korea and became a professor at her alma mater, Seoul National University. Unfortunately, she hit an obstacle. South Korea didn't have sufficient technology to back up her research. For a decade, Dr. Kim had to travel between South Korea and America to continue her research. Sadly, her travels were not smooth. Most of the chemicals that she brought in were thrown away by airport security despite the claims that she was a professor. Because of her research, she also came home late at night and saw her crying son who missed her mother dearly. While balancing her life as a professor, researcher, and mother, the National Institute of Health (NIH) offered $2 million funding to her research for 5 years in 1998. During those 5 years, she wrote 15 papers per year. One of her core founding achievements was searching for bioactivation of natural materials at cellular level. This method was cheaper, faster, and more reliable than using animals because searching for the bioactivation could be done with trace amounts of reagents. Dr. Kim's method had a tremendous effect on the synthesis of medicine. The efficiency of selecting suitable materials for medicine synthesis, determining the structure of those materials, and functional mechanism have been increased drastically. Her separation method were not her only achievement. She founded herbaries in suburban areas of Seoul to preserve herbal and rare plant. She alone went all around Seoul to find land for herbaries. Once Dr. Kim realized she could utilize unused government-owned lands for herbaries, she had to compromise with the South Korean government and those that had been using it illegally. Her herbaries nowadays are used for research and educational purposes at Seoul National University. Due to her dedication to herbal science, the South Korean government granted her with the status of Distinguished Service to Science and Technology. This is roughly equivalent to a Medal of Honor in science. Nowadays, she's no longer a professor at Seoul National University, but still continues to work on herbarium and fighting for women in science in South Korea. Thank you all for watching, and if you like this, please like and subscribe.